Hello everyone, my name is Ben and welcome back to PASSTHEauxCORD, a channel where we left this off with track number 7, Monsoon. This is a pretty interesting industrial rock slash punk slash metal album going on here. Definitely taking a lot of different styles of just guitar music in general, as they call it, guitar music. Really taking a lot of different subgenres in and just creating this very interesting sound. I'm liking all of these ambient passages that come at the end of tracks that kind of transition into each other. Makes everything seem like a holistic piece. I'm liking the emotive nature of all these tracks. It's been very interesting stuff so far. So Monsoon is track 7, and I will be getting into that right now. Ooh. Liking the distortion already. Drumming again. Very cool. I really like the way the instrumental keeps kind of cutting away and going back to the regular thing. There's apparently a very long instrumental section here. We got... Oh? You got some actual like wave sound, very environmental mix. Oh, because the track's called Monsoon. I've figured out the way. And we got more ambience coming through. Very interested in these digital sounds. Very odd, but I kind of like it. Okay. That transitioned really well. Monsoon. Great track. Definitely very focused on the instrumental on that one. Definitely had a lot more in that bass direction. Very cool bridge section there. I did appreciate the bridge on that track quite a bit. One interpretation is that this is about actual monsoon season and how dangerous that can be, but I'm not necessarily sure. It could be entirely metaphorical, and I would definitely be far more reaching in that direction, although I don't necessarily have some sort of philosophical interpretation to throw at you at the particular moment. But very interesting lyrically speaking. I'm not really sure what all was going on there, but red with their blood being kind of the big takeaway from that, you know, definitely feels like some sort of metaphor of like putting guilt onto someone, if that makes any sense, saying like their blood is on your hands or something to that degree. But either way, still impressing me with the instrumentation. Definitely did that very well. Like that a lot. Days of Being Wild is the next one up here. We're definitely getting more energetic of a track on here again. Far less ominous and more rocking out. Really appreciating the hardcore punk isms of this, I guess. And then you have moments like this where it slows down quite a bit. Really liking the grit on the vocals here. Someone's talking in my left ear. Alright, Days of Being Wild. Definitely a cool track on here. Definitely the most similar to Homage on the earlier portion of the album. Much more punk driven, much more hardcore punk kind of sounding, kind of leaning in that direction, almost a little bit of metalcore in there, but you know, definitely more leaning towards the punk side of things. Very fast pace, a lot of good drumming on that track, incredible energy so much grit on the vocals, and they still integrated that use of very cleverly placed mixing when you got to the ending portion of it, where just on the left side of the mix there was somebody talking, and I think a middle finger to the institution being the thing that was repeated 3 times at the end is a very good takeaway from this song. That definitely seems to be the very, very much so the morals of it. Relative Ways, and this one was also on the EP apparently. More upbeat on this one, alright. Very immersive riffs going on in here. This has a very uplifting feel to it, despite the obvious frustration in the vocals. Really loving the way this is coming together here. That simple outro does so much for it. And then transitions into this super well. Oh my god. Love it so much. Okay. This song definitely had a more uplifting feel, and from what I'm reading, that seems to be the actual intent, the purpose behind it. This song was written as a bit of a pep talk, as the singer described it, apparently, to get through the rest of the album when it started to get stressful. Yeah, when things started to get tense, the song was written, and then, you know, you kind of have this meta thing going on, where the actual like motivation that kept you going is right there on the album, and I like how that did. This one appears to be a single. I see that it has a music video, so well earned on there. Definitely one of the most just generally likable tracks, I guess you could say. Like, it's just very easy to put on. But the next track is After the Laughter. I'm not sure how much there's going to be to this one. It's 1 minute and 15 seconds and purely instrumental. I'm not sure if I'll pause it to talk about it, but I might just let it lead into the title track next. Everything sounds very clean and digital except for the like old record spinning in the background. It's all crackly and vintage sounding. It's very cool. Really loving the piano put into this one. Very nice. Then of course you've got some more like distress signals going on here, as most of them do. Getting that let in nicely. We're just gonna let it play out. We're just gonna let it play, man. Really like this opening riff. It's once again going to kind of a more uplifting sound. That just blew up in such a nice way. Oh, it's not done yet, though. What are you doing? What are you gonna do to me? Oh, is there a hidden track? Is that what's going on here? Yes. Hold on. Where do you start? Bringing the whole orchestra over for the hidden track. This does sound very pretty. The way it's just lifted up like this. Very cool. Okay, that's one way to end it, I guess. I am warm. Warm boy. Holy shit, it gets hot in here. Source tags and codes. Interesting record. You know, I was expecting some sort of explanation on both the title being an HTML kind of reference, kind of nod, and then you had all these like voicemail transmissions and these like, you know, just lost signals. It kind of sounded like all of these transitions going on. That wasn't really explained. It was just kind of there the whole time. And I think sonically this is even more conceptual than it is lyrically. I think lyrically it kind of topic hops quite a bit, but I do think that it really stayed consistent with its sound and its style and the way that all of the tracks were laid out. Very instrumentally dense. They really took a lot of elements from a lot of different places and just kind of packed them all in to create this very just dynamic sound, really encompassing a lot of different things. Liked it for that reason quite a bit. I think everybody's performance on here very nice, very emotive. It really got to the core of you sometimes, gave you them chills every once in a while. Very cool just for that reason. Did appreciate that. Everything that was done on here was just done really well, and I have to appreciate that to at least some degree. Although I do feel like the actual song ideas could have been tied into each other just a little bit more. I feel like that may have helped with the consistency here just a bit. That might have been nice. But other than that, can't complain. Did like this album quite a bit. Yeah, I guess that kind of sums it up, really. There's not really a whole lot I got to throw this one's way in terms of other comments. It's pretty cut, dry, simple. What all is going on here, There's not a whole lot of interpretation to be had other than, wow, this sound is very big. And that much is really cool. So, yeah, I guess I'm feeling like 7+ out of 10 on this album, but that's a good 7+ out of 10. I'm very tempted to poke it up to an 8, but I'm going to listen to it a few more times once I can do that again and let you know what I think of it. So that is just about going to wrap it up for this one. And drop a like on the video if you did like what you saw today, and subscribe to the channel for more music-related content coming your way. Hit the bell for notifications on that same thing as well. And I have a Twitter. You can follow that, following the link in the description below. But that is just about going to wrap it up for this one, and I will see you in the next video.